Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Poverty. How to, help mitigate poverty? What's the solution? Well, the sad news is there's no solution to poverty because poverty it's like plus and minus, right? So you need some plus and you need some negative, right? So, but you can have more people that are wealthy than being poor. And also it's relative. It depends on what you call poor. Maybe what is poor for you is simply people basically don't have enough food, enough stuff. But some people, like poor people most people I see in the West, they are big, they are very overweight. I mean, those people, they don't lack food much, right? It's like the poverty in the West is like, it's crazy, I mean, the country I'm from, it's like poverty, like you don't have food, like you're so, hungry, your body is losing muscles like crazy, right? You don't have like protein, you don't have anything, right? Those people in the West saying they're poor, it's like, no, you're poor, but you're so that you're that big, right? It's like, no, that I don't know, that doesn't look poor to me. But I understand the stance when the people sometimes they are so big because they are not eating good food, right? So that could be that too. And then some people are, they just maybe don't have the same opportunity to send their kids to school and all those things. So it's relative. So, and also what you call poor today, let's say a fridge, right? Like I see a lot of people, if you back in the day, right? Like fridge used to be things for king, right? Like a beautiful chair, and like you have cooling and heating at your house. Those things, they used to be for the kings, right? Even the king didn't have the access to those things. Well, now even the poor have access to those things. But now, I want to talk about how Bitcoin can help. Can help reduce this wealth inequality, because fiat destroy everything. Fiat make us worse off by we distribute the wealth from the middle class, from the bottom to the top. So now you don't have a middle class anymore. Us, we are only poor, right? We are the poor, and then the top 1% is the rich. You only have the rich. Now it's like 0.1%. So, and it's widening more and more. So all these people, the top rich people, they didn't have to show the proof of work for the wealth, right? But with Bitcoin, you have to show the proof of work. That's why I think they hate it so much, but they can't stop it. Anyway, so that's the talk for today. And yeah, so basically when you say, you're poor, right? And I think it's a mindset as well. Like, when you think you're poor, then you're poor, right? If you don't think you're poor, then you're not poor. Like, it's a mindset. Like, I have more respect for somebody who own like 1 million sat than somebody who own $1 million, right? If you are a Satoshi millionaire, I have much more respect for you than even a fiat billionaire, because the Satoshi billionaire, they had to show the proof of work some way, right? The fiat billionaire, they didn't have to. They just have to show up and say, hey, I need some money, right? So because they are in a proof of stake system. The more stake they have, the more they can get, right? And they have like close to zero interest rate, when all of us, the rest of us, have to pay 30% interest rate, right? So that's a killer. The way Bitcoin removes poverty is by allowing people to hold their own wealth and to get them to, accumulate wealth, which is Satoshis, and then upgrade the value of the Satoshis, make them worth more. So if you start in Bitcoin in let's say 2012 or 2013, right? If you hold those Bitcoin, right, it doesn't matter. You buy for $5, $10 of Bitcoin, and you hold the Satoshis or Bitcoins. You're doing pretty good, right? Because I mean, you hold them and you protect them, and you buy, you spend some money to get some hardware wallet, and when they are available, you transfer them. You're doing good, right? Because that's the only option I see for people in the middle class, or even anybody, to maintain their wealth, or even upgrade their wealth, become wealthy. The stock market can't do that. The housing market is not gonna do that. I don't see anything that can do that. I'm speaking from experience, right? I invested in the stock market. I was skeptical and I tried it, and it didn't work. Right? You pay all the fees to the brokers, and by the time you buy and sell, right, whatever the profit you make, you pay that to the brokers. They make all the money. And in the real estate market, it's still also a Ponzi scheme. Like, the value of the house is not going up; it's just the value of the money that's dropping, and everybody think they are making money. That's not. So you ultimately come down to Bitcoin, which is that finite thing nobody can create more of. And the more and more people start to discover it, then they're gonna realize, holy F, this is the solution, right? This is the solution to the problem. And this is when Michael Saylor came to that conclusion, right? Say, hey, this is a solution, right? Just after a few months of looking at it, right? Because he had a problem. Most people in the West, they have a problem, but they don't know yet if they have a problem. So that's a situation here. I mean, like, so with proof of work, in a proof of work system, right? People are forced to show the proof of work. They can't get money for free. So the reason why you have so much poverty, so much gap in the society of, wealth distribution, the gap is so wide, is because the money can be printed arbitrarily to favor a certain group, right? If you have that in society, then the society no longer function. Right? If I have the right, to just go out there and corrupt with a politician to give me more money, I'm gonna keep doing that until the money is nothing, right? Because that's the human nature. So not because necessarily they are like very necessarily bad. It's just the human nature, right? They're just gonna keep asking that money. Can't keep taking that money for free. So it just, but the nature, the structure of the system is broken. That's why people are suffering. It's not necessarily because the people are bad. It's because the structure, the nature of the system is broken, right? Now you have, most people are working for the government, right? Why is that? Well, the government doesn't make money. They don't work. Why is all these people working for the government? Well, the system, because the government get the right to print money that everybody else have to work for, including those people working for the government. So, and every time they get less money, they get some money. And every time when the inflation going up, they start, going in, protesting, right? They go on strike. Say, we need more money. We need more money because, so that's a problem here. And then the government say, okay, you need more money. It's not my money. I'm going to print it and give it to you, right? And every few years, every 2 years, you see another strike, right? The problem is the money. It's not, more unit of the money. You need the money to be stronger. You don't need more. You need a unit of the money. So Bitcoin comes along, 21 million Bitcoin, and you multiply that by 100 million Satoshis, then you get all this amount of units for the world. and the most interestingly, it's infinitely divisible. You can infinitely divide it to accommodate the world's population. It's digital, right? You can build second layers on top of it and give people self-custody with it, right? People can use second layers and get cold storage, without Bitcoin. That it's a I think this is the ultimate. I think this is one of the interesting second layer that needs to be built on top of Bitcoin. It's like a second layer that can give people, right, let's say even if you don't have a UTXO, right, you can have your Bitcoin sent to an address that will go to the cold storage forever. Never have to touch it, never have to change, close your channel. You don't have to change the lightning charge or anything like that. You have an address which may not be a UTXO, maybe a different, but which is extremely cheap to transact with. Because you may be close to zero, maybe close to like a few satoshis. But with that, you can send that to the address that nobody can control. No, and you don't need to have an oracle. You don't need to have like a certain node runners. You just, I think that's what will be needed. I think that's what's gonna be needed to, give property right for the next coming generation of Bitcoiners. So yes, Bitcoin, even if we don't have all those, discoveries and all those improvements, Bitcoin still fixes us. It still fixes our mindset, the way we think. Bitcoin is just an idea. If Bitcoin fail today, tomorrow you're probably gonna have another Bitcoin similar to that. It's just the idea on the people's head, right? Just by making people think about value of hard money and make them understand what central banks are doing, you already changed 50%. Like, you're already halfway of solving the problem, right? The problem of money printing, creating poverty, and destroy the wealth of everybody else. So anyway, I just wanted to come out here and then throw this here, guys, and I hope you enjoy. I hope you had fun listening, and if you find value, you know what to do. You could like, comment, subscribe, or show some value back, right? So to keep me going, if you like what I do. Anyways, guys, I love you, having you listening, and I'll see you again in the next talk. This would be Bitcoin Talk. This was PieCover.